Mm. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Mr. Philly. And today is Friday night. Hey, what do we do on Friday nights? We taste test frozen pizza, and that's a new segment that I introduced. Let me see if you guys can hear me or not. Okay, there we go. All right, so today we're eating DiGiorno frozen pizza, and DiGiorno for the price that it is, it really isn't that good, honestly. I used to buy their stuffed crust all the time, but their stuffed crust really doesn't taste that good, honestly. It's just too funky tasting. You definitely taste like yeah, DiGiorno is not delivery as DiGiorno. It's definitely frozen pizza. Yo, you can taste it. I mean, yeah. I mean, and I got this idea because I was watching videos the other day of five-star chefs rating frozen pizza, and some of them are okay, honestly. I mean, like they do have a place called Papa Murphy's, and you just take and bake. So, I mean, you can freeze pizza; it's okay, but like some of them taste better than others. So yeah, today we're doing the four cheese DiGiorno firewood, and that's the only one I like, the firewood, because the crust tastes slightly better. I mean, DiGiorno though, it's overpriced and it's crap compared to so many other ones. Honestly, it's probably my least favorite. Honestly, I know I hate to say it, but I'm gonna try this one because it's four cheese, and I love four cheese. Asiago. Okay, I cheated a little bit. I added my own four cheese on there too, a little bit, so just to give it some more flavor. And you can spike up your pizza too, your frozen pizza. All right, so here we go. It's a four cheese, and red pepper flakes are a must. Hello, Kiera. How are you? All right, let's taste test this, and I'll give you my thoughts and my ratings. Mm, 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 mm. Yasiaga does stand out, and the crust is slightly better. But it's just around the crust. I feel like with frozen pizza, you taste that funky taste. I think the freezer does that. Mm. It's still much better than regular DiGiorno. The firewood is the only one I like. It just tastes a little bit better. Mm, mm. And this was on sale. I mean, DiGiorno, where I'm at, tastes like costs like $10. Mm, might as well get a regular pizza. But this one was on sale for 6.99. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I got it too. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got it. DiGiorno's just overpriced, and it's just got the bigger name than most frozen pizzas, which really isn't even that great. And there's so many better ones, honestly. Mm. But you can taste some of the Asiago. The cheese does stand out a little bit. For the firewood, if you're gonna get DiGiorno, I recommend the firewood one. Mm. The sauce isn't that strong of a flavor because when I eat pizza, I think the sauce and the cheese is really the main components of a pizza. That's what I really want to taste, and that's what should be enriching your palate. Mm. I like a thin crust, but I also like a thick crust too. That's what chefs do. It depends on the day. I like New York style. That's the hard crust. But sometimes I like a soft crust, and sometimes I like thin. It just really depends on the day. Mm, mm. I guess all in all, I would give that a 6.8 just because it was on sale. Well, I want to give it a 7, but I mean, like I say, I would typically give, well, shit. I would give DiGiorno a 5.9. 5 being average, but 5.9, almost 6 above average, just because the firewood is the only one that I like. Mm. Oh, excuse me. A 5.9. Sorry, guys. If anybody likes DiGiorno, I don't think DiGiorno is that great, honestly. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to do this every Friday night. On Fridays. Just taste test frozen pizza or whatever, because I just think it's a cool segment. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, that's all I can say about that. I could taste a little bit the Asiago, but the sauce wasn't really there. And I can't remember, but I've tasted so many frozen pizzas that I can taste the sauce too, and it was really good. I think the best that I tried so far. I don't know. If, no, it wasn't for Sketa. I thought that one was really good, but that was the first one I did last time. But Walmart, I don't know if you guys had Walmart. They have their own brand pizza. I forget what it's called, and I think theirs is the best so far. So anyway, um, I ain't your daddy. But anyway, yeah, I forget. Walmart has their own brand, but I can't remember what it was. But those were, I mean, I remember tasting it for the first time. It's a little more pricey, and and but there's a new one too called Craven. It's the brand actually. It was a little cheap, but I look at price. Price doesn't make a difference. I was about to get Tony's pizza, but Tony's really isn't that great. It was on sale for $2, 2.50, and I think there's a reason why. Tony's Pizza actually. Although I mean, there's things you can do with your pizza. A little seasoning goes a long way. Oh, not Hawaiian, pepperoni. I mean, I'm not a big pepperoni fan either, honestly, because and I've mentioned this many, many times. I'm like Kevin McAllister. Did anybody order me a plain cheese? Like I said, I think cheese and sauce are the organic flavors of pizza. I don't like too much meat. I like pepperoni here and there and some banana peppers or whatever, but yeah, too much toppings on it, I don't really like on it. I mean, I'll eat it, but it's just not my favorite. My favorite is a plain Jane cheese pizza. A lovely cheese pizza just for me. Mr. McAllister, here's your own very own cheese pizza. Because, like I said, the cheese and the sauce are really the main components of what makes pizza taste what it tastes like. That's just my opinion. What? Oh no, throw it away. Give me a second, guys. I need to blow my nose. Sorry about that, guys. I just felt a little stuffy. I think a little pollen went in my nose or whatever. But yeah, I was about to sneeze and then I held it back a little bit and then it felt like my nostrils were all clogged up. But anyway, sounds like a personal problem. But anyway, I took care of it. So, how's everybody doing? Everybody having a good day? Everybody having a good Friday night? I'm having a great week. Weekend so far. It's Friday night. I have the weekend off, like I always do, and I've had my weekends off for several years now. So I'm very happy about that with my job. Is the Pope Catholic? Of course I cook. Have you not looked at my channel yet? I'm an aspiring chef. Everything food wise goes. Name a dish, I'll try to cook it to a 5-star perfection because I love suggestions. I don't think I get enough of them. Anyway, do I cook? Is the Pope Catholic? Of course I cook. So is everybody else having a good weekend? Anybody have any fun plans or anything like that? Or anybody doing anything fun this weekend? Hmm. Any big questions, concerns, comments? I'd love to hear about it. All that I ask is you please be respectful. If you guys want to share about your day or share about what's going on this weekend, I'd love to hear about it. So yeah. So it's been another long week. Hey, living the American dream. Work 40 plus hours a week, watch football and drink beer on the weekends, and then do it all over again. That's the American dream. That's it. And I tell my niece and my nephew all the time, being adult, the only thing really cool about being an adult is that you can eat dessert before dinner. Other than that, you got responsibilities. And they're like, really? I was like, yeah, so enjoy being a kid. So yeah. And I was the same way, but yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Oh, I mean, you get to do things, you get to go wherever you want to go whenever you can. But yeah, I mean, like, you got to work and you got to pay bills too. And trust me, that's a lot harder than being a kid. I tell them that all the time. And honestly, I don't even really like eating dessert before dinner. I don't really like, I mean, I'm not a big sweets person. I've mentioned this many, many times. I do like sweets, but I have to be in the mood for it because I just don't like sugar highs. And that feeling like, oh, I just feel so, ugh, just feel so cringe right now, because I eat so many sweets or whatever. I just don't like sugar highs. And that's why I don't eat that many sweets. I just have to be in the mood for it. I'm more of a salty, savory type of guy. Movies about gladiators. Oh, well, let's see. Be right back. All right, you take your time now. Do what you got to do. What's interesting that you mentioned that because I was actually looking up. There's an old classic movie that I watched. It's more of a faith-based film. And I didn't realize I just found out it actually had a sequel to it, which I actually might watch this weekend. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of The Robe. So it's a movie about obviously Jesus, and there's this Roman soldier who helps put him, helped crucify him. And there was this guy, there was this other guy that was a servant, a reluctant servant, and basically they take the robe. Well, he takes the robe actually. And then well, actually no, the original guy takes the robe, the soldier who helped crucify him. And then his servant took it back from him because it looked like it felt like it cursed him when he asked his servant to put the robe around him. And so his servant took it, and then ever since then he had nightmares and everything. And then after that, he goes back to him and he tries to figure out what's going on. I was like, I want you to burn that robe. And it's like it was just his conscience, right? And then after that, he converts as long as with his servant. So they both convert to Christianity. And they along the way they meet Saint Peter, and then Saint Peter was apparently wanted, the Apostle Peter. And this is all historic, this is biblical fiction, but anyway, so they capture his servant and they start torturing him, and then eventually the Roman soldier who converts, he uh he breaks him out. I have some watermelon. Do you want some? No, I don't want. No, I don't drink watermelon. No. Oh, really? No. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, but then I found out actually, but in the end of the movie, spoiler alerts here, he helps his servant, escape from prison or whatever, escape capture. And then after that, he gets captured, the original Roman soldier, and he refuses to denounce his religion and denounce that he's a follower of Christ. And he gets executed along with this other woman that he was actually had a secret romance with. But anyway, there's actually a sequel to it that I just found out about today. It's called Demetrius and the Gladiator. So the story's about his servant, and it picks up right where it left off, actually. So yeah, and it stars Victor Mature, and he actually starred in Samson too. I think he starred in a lot of a few faith-based films. So anyway, these are old movies, so look it up. The Robe. I don't know if you like faith-based historical fiction. This is one of them. It's okay, but I'm kind of interested in seeing the sequel because it's called Demetrius and the Gladiator. Because in this one, his servant who originally converted, he's actually his faith is put to the test. He actually gets captured again, and he's forced to compete by the Roman Emperor Caligula, and his faith is put to the test. So I think that's actually more interesting, and they actually got more positive views. I like old movies because I grew up watching a lot of old movies. So anyway, sorry about rambling on about old movies. Anyway, so moving on. uh, is that so, huh? Hmm. Well, I beg to differ. I think Christianity built this country, honestly. It was founded on a lot of Christian morals. Nice. Oh, nice to see you back. You missed went into somebody asked me if I like movies about gladiators, but yeah. There's one movie that was old school that I actually wanted to watch. That was a sequel to another movie. It was old school movie though. But yeah, I rambled on a little bit about that. So yeah, that's all you missed anyway. Well, it's nice to meet you though, Kiera. Thanks for joining though. I don't know if you like frozen pizza, but like I said, DiGiorno I think is my least favorite. But yeah, firewood, that's the only type that I like. Like I said, I give it a 5.9 because it's just overly expensive now, and it's just not that great. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Anyway. So how's everybody doing? Everybody having a good weekend? I'd love to hear about your guys' weekend. I'd love to hear if you guys have any fun plans going on for the weekend. I'd love to hear about it. Any suggestions, questions, concerns, comments, or suggestions what I should cook next, then I'd love to hear about it. Yeah. I'm not gonna stay on too long, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to do this this is gonna be a Friday night thing, rating, frozen pizza, because I just got the idea, you know, need to do a new segment, because I mean, like everybody else, who needs their watch time, I just figured I'd do something with my watch time, when I'm not cooking, obviously, just when I'm vlogging with you guys, because I like chit chat with my YouTubers. I like getting to know my YouTubers and my subscribers. And, it's really interesting to know. I mean, I used to think, it's okay. Mm, they're fine. And, no, I mean, I like, hearing about my YouTubers and my friends on YouTube and everything. You guys are the reason why I have a platform and everything. And I really appreciate you guys coming on and showing support and appreciation for me. And I really appreciate that. Because I used to think YouTube. I never thought YouTube would be a social networking. YouTube is really a part of a way to meet people. Honestly, I mean, it can be. And I've met a few good friends actually people that I'm friends with, fellow YouTubers and fellow people that were subscribed to me that are really good friends of mine. Hello, Nikki. How are you? So anyway. And, I never thought, I used to think, you just comment and then like or subscribe and that's it, and you didn't really, get to know your subscribers on a personal level. And I did actually because I went live with a few of them, and I'm friends with a few of them outside. So yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, so I mean and honestly, I didn't think I'm really glad that actually YouTube can be a social networking thing, and that's why I do it more for fun, and like somebody else told me because I thought it was just really people go on here just to try to get to their points and just get to their watch time, just to, turn this into a job and make money. And that should be a goal, but it should be your ultimate goal. And I've talked about this many, many times. So, but I really appreciate how YouTube has gone so far. YouTube has gone really, really well for me. I've met some really nice people, and I've and now I used to go when I first started YouTube. I thought it was just something that I would do as a job, and now it's like something that I really enjoy so much. It's like I feel like this is a place where I can be me, and I feel like I can be myself, and I can be who I am. So yeah, and that's why YouTube is really another place where I can be me, and that's what I like. Hello, Nolan. How are you? Hmm. YouTube channel? Well, I mean, you want to start your own YouTube channel? Well, if you want my advice, and from what I've talked to and what I've experienced and what I've gone through, Originally, my brothers had a YouTube channel, and it actually had really good potential, and they did pranks and everything. And but the everybody that was in collaboration with it, the friendship fell apart and everything. But now they started again. Now they do Instagram. So my brothers and I think that kind of motivated me because I really wanted to be. At one point, I wanted to be a part of it too, but so I finally said, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to be more successful than you guys. Just kind of a brother rivalry. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why I started a YouTube channel. Brother rivalry, a little bit, among a few other reasons, but I would say. Oh, so it was about rating, frozen pizza. We rated DiGiorno pizza, and I gave you my thoughts and ratings, and now I'm just chilling and chit chat with you guys. Um, welcome, Nolan. Nice to meet you. But anyway, so Nikki, though, you said you want to start your own YouTube channel. I would suggest, and I've talked this many times, do something that you like. If there's a hobby or something that you is think that you enjoy doing and you want to share it with others, then that's what you should do. Honestly, and I've said this many times. I think YouTube is a great tool for people to share great talents with other people. If you have a hobby, whether that's building sandcastles, building Legos, and I actually did find a YouTube channel where somebody builds Legos and he's got like 1 million followers. It looks so cool. But anyway, or even building train sets, or just going to beaches, or something that you think is worth sharing with everybody else, something that you're passionate about. I think do something, and you are enjoying meeting new people and enjoy social networking with other people. That's what you should do. So that's how I would start your channel. Do something that you enjoy doing. Oh, it really very well. It really varies, honestly. I work a full-time job, so I mean, it just started like 20 minutes ago. So yeah. Oh dear. Oh, right. Well, I've seen many YouTubers do that too. Yeah, talking about, addiction and real life and things like that. That's a good thing too. Yeah. So I don't mean to pry or anything. Do you struggle with addiction? I do also. And I've been open and honest about that from day one. I suffer from alcoholism. And I am a former drug user also too. So yeah. And I've talked about this many times. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, if that's something that, really interests you and something that you actually can relate to and something that you can talk about and never get tired of talking about, then hey, that sounds great. Hey, Natasha, how are you? How are you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I'm no saint either. Look at me. Hey, I almost hit rock bottom before I started my YouTube channel. I mean, it was bad actually. I got into some legal trouble, and actually, that was the reason why I started a YouTube channel. This was kind of the redemption of it. What do you do? Oh, really? What do you do for work, if I may ask? If you don't want to say, that's totally fine. But yeah, I made another comment. I don't know if you saw it or not, but yeah, I don't think I could actually make a comment. I think something happened actually, and it just won't let me comment on your page anymore. No offense, it might have been a glitch in the app, but I don't know my Wi-Fi. So anyway, I'm sorry, but I'm really sorry. Awesome. Hmm. Where are you from? I'm from Missouri. Well, I'm from Philadelphia originally, but yeah, absolutely. I got a DUI. I had 2 DUIs actually, technically. I've been to the Crossbar Hotel, yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm several years sober. I used to do crystal methamphetamine and cocaine. Yeah, back in the day, I used to party. Haven't touched that in many years though, but yeah, I still do drink alcohol, and yes, unfortunately, yes, I will admit, I am addicted to alcohol, yes. Some days are better than others. Wow, that's awesome. Wow. Mhm. Oh, really good. Wow. I used to work at a Kroger store. I don't know if you know where that is, but yeah, Kroger. Hello, Tange. How are Tank? Really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Um, sorry. I mean, that probably would have been me, if that probably would have been me if, God didn't show me the light, God didn't intervene, and I credit God for everything that has happened in my life, having a positive influence. Isn't Oh, I know who that is. Isn't that the lead singer for 3 6 Mafia? I didn't know that. Juice. I remember his name was Juice. Or no, I thought yeah, correct. And that's the same with me and alcohol, honestly. I go back and forth, honestly. It's an ongoing battle. It's a cross that I have to carry for the rest of my life. Oh, I did for a little while, but God showed me the light and I finally got a second chance in life. And I'm really happy. I come a long ways. Oh, I make mistakes though every day. Well, this is really hitting home, talking about addiction and struggles with addiction. I mean, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm one of them. And somebody explained it to me in a really good way. I mean, somebody explained it to me in a really good way. I mean, really, an addiction can be an vice too, also, and that it makes you actually help recognize it in a better way and understand how to fight it better. And one person told me it was a really good piece of advice. Who was also an alcoholic. He said, like when I went to AA off and on for so many times, telling me that like I was like, well, I mean, you could be an alcoholic, but the next person next door might have pride. He might have so much pride, he won't even talk to certain people, won't even talk to his family members. I mean, yeah, it's like an addiction, a vice that you have that it's easier to embrace your vice than to actually quit that vice, because that's what actually you're so wrapped up into. So yeah, I mean, it's just it can be a vice. Some vices are worse than others, but it's a vice. So just look at it as a vice. And sometimes that actually does make it easier to understand, this is a bad vice, I want to change it. I want to cope with it. I want to get better from it. So yeah. And that was a good piece of advice. And that did help me a lot at some point. I quit for several months. I came back and quit and came back. Oh yeah, for sure. That'd be nice. Yeah. Nice to see you again. Yeah. I'd love to talk more. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Natasha. Hope to see you soon. But Nikki, I really appreciate, the talk though, that you mentioned some good points. I mean, I can definitely relate to everything. I'm really sorry about your loss, Kiara, too, and I'm really sorry about what you've gone through, Nikki. Go through the same thing every day. Well, not always. I'm human, I make mistakes, and I've done horrible things in my life just like everybody else. I'm a human, I'm not a sinner, I'm not a saint, one of my favorite songs, honestly. I'm a human full of mistakes. What's that song called? I forget. I love that song. I listen to it over and over. I'm not a sinner, I'm not a saint. I mean, no, wait, I'm not evil, I'm not a saint. I'm a closed book full of mistakes. No, we don't. We're out of it. I use it all. Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm talking to my mom and everything, yeah. Well, after a little bit, I mean, I don't just regularly put mods on here, you have to know somebody. And that's another thing, Nikki, you were talking about, there's a lot to learn. And I learned pretty quick, actually, about YouTuber. And one of the things that you learn too is like, don't ever go live with somebody you don't know. Don't ever make a mod with somebody you don't know. If you don't know them, don't make a mod out of them. I learned that quick. And I learned that from other friends that I met on YouTube too. So keep that in mind too. Just interesting advice. But yeah. But Nikki, I'd love to get more personal with you, but I mean, like, there's other people on. I don't want to, point out person. And it's really nice when I talk to people that like I can relate to with a lot about, but I don't really like to, get too personal with them because I don't want them to share things that is too personal. That is too personal, and point their, personal life on everybody else. That's awesome. Yeah, I worked at a grocery store too. I learned that the hard way. Yeah, yeah. I worked at the Kroger store for 3 years actually. That was a good job, honestly. And I was an overnight stalker. Oh, that sounds so creepy, but I stocked shelves and I worked the night shift. I don't know if Walmart has that still or not, but yeah, I know no place is really 24 hours anymore. But like I remember, and what's interesting is that like when I worked overnight there, I was I back in 2013, back in I started there and then I worked there until 2016 or 2015. And I remember there was a guy, that I worked with, he was kind of more of a well, not a troublemaker, but he was a big pot smoker and everything. And he was from Colorado and everything. And he used to invite me over. And after a while, we got became friends actually, and we used to invite me over. And in my defense, day was my night because I work night shift. My name is Mr. Philly, and I cook food. So go take a look if you want. But yeah, I worked at McDonald's too, and I left there to go to Dillon's. But yeah, and this was back when I was in my early 20s, and but yeah, I used to go to his apartment all the time, and we did a lot of morning drinking, and we did a lot of card games and everything. And he introduced me to heavy drinking, and kind of like college drinking, basically, because I was college age at the time. Well, there you go. Well, I hope you go look at my channel, and if you like what you see, then subscribe. If you don't, then swipe right. I totally understand. I mean, like, and I think really that was actually when I got into really because I really did like the feeling of alcohol because I really didn't drink that much until after I was 23. But like, getting to that feeling of drinking like 7 or 8 beers and 7 or 8 beers at one time, in a short period, was kind of like, wow, I was like, wow, I've really liked this feeling actually. I think that's where my alcoholism really started actually. And then, I was never into pot marijuana that much, but he had some really good stuff from, Colorado. But like it was good for hangovers, but that's it. I just smoked, because it helped with hangovers. But yeah. But I drank in the morning too. But I also worked night shift. Morning was my night. So, but and then also then I met another group of friends and I lived in a college town and like there was a strip bar, bars actually, and then I went there every Friday night, puking in the toilet, having so much to drink, and then doing it all over again Saturday night. So yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I mean, like I post more often. This is just one segment that I do. Finally home. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to. Superman. Dean Kane was the best Superman. Lois and Clark. New Ranches of Superman. That was the best Superman ever. Oh, wow. You look pretty close. Did you drive home or Natasha? Bye. Sorry, I'm answering like 20 questions, but yeah. Superman was my all-time favorite superhero when I was a kid. Yeah. Oh, well, I want to race the middle actually and put a Superman in there. Oh, really? Interesting. Oh, wow. I'm not sure what that is. NCCIW. Is that Latter Day Saints Church or what? You betcha. That was kind of a drunk tattoo, honestly, but I'm happy that I got it. Honestly, I mean, I'm happy, but if I could, go back, I would just put Superman in there. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, you have kids? Wow. How many kids do you have? Oh, and correctional incident for one. Interesting. Get what you like. Superman and Batman. Oh. How old is your daughter? Well, that's right. I have a niece. I claim her as mine, you know? I love her so much. How old's your daughter? Alright, 4 brothers, 1 sister. Oh, wow. Nice, very nice. Oh, interesting. Hey there, Esther, how are you? I knew you were gonna join eventually, but yeah, how you doing? Well, you missed it. You know, we were just doing a frozen pizza review. You know, we did DiGiorno pizza, firewood. You know, if I recommend any type of pizza, I mean, DiGiorno, I don't like DiGiorno that much, but you know, firewood is the best. I think it tastes a little bit better. But yeah, I would not give it a good rating though. I'd give it a 5.9 average. But yeah, I mean, just because the price, it was on sale, you know. So anyway, go back and watch the full live, you know. I think you'll enjoy it. I love to cook for anyone, honestly, you know. Hey, you know, if you, I mean, like, you know, you can be a critic, you know, and I'm that type of person. Like, when I cook for somebody else, like, I feel like such a critic. I was like, oh, I want to make it perfectly, you know. Frozen pizza, well, the one from Walmart, I forget what it's called, but yeah, I mean, I think they have the best so far. But, you know, I haven't done a rating on it. I ate it the other day, but, you know, I forgot to do a rating on it, but yeah. All right, you have a good night. You're in Upper Michigan. Wow, I've never been to Michigan. You know, I really want to go to Canada. You ever been to Canada though? I really been wanting to take a trip there, but yeah. I know I have a friend from Michigan though. Somebody said go to the lake there. You would actually love it, but yeah. Well, it's nice meeting you, Nikki. Well, I had a really good live tonight. You know, we talked about some really adult stuff, you know, dark points, you know, things that hit home actually, but things that I can relate to. So it's interesting. I really appreciate all you guys. Yeah, I appreciate the live and everything. Yeah. I'm not gonna sound too much longer, but I gotta get going. Oh dear. Oh, so it's a warm climate up there. Okay. I wouldn't have known that. It's pretty warm in Missouri, where I'm at too, you know. It's like 90. But we've had so much rain the last 2 weeks actually. It rained so much there was some flood areas. But yeah. Pretty hot and humid though. And it's gonna get hotter and more humid. Which is fine. I prefer hot and humid climates, honestly. I don't like being cold. I mean, I like snow when it's on Christmas and I can ski in it, but like that's it. And yeah, I do better with hot climates. I just don't do well with cold. I'm really skinny, so yeah. Louisiana, really? I was 100. 103. There you go. Yeah, I would actually prefer that. And I actually heard, you know, my sister went to Cali. I forgot about that, you know, on our honeymoon. And yeah, the water there is really warm, the ocean. Christopher Reeve? Oh, wow, I did not see the David Cornsett one, but yeah, I need to see it actually. I think my favorite Superman show was the one with Dean Cain, you know, and yeah, I don't know why. I mean, that's kind of a corny show now, but yeah, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, and then Smallville was number two. Oh yeah, that's up there. And then you know the cartoon show, the animated Superman one that came on the WB, that was a good one too. Actually, that might be number one actually, but yeah. Hello. Hello, Ann. How are you? Well, this is a pretty nice live. I appreciate it, everybody. So, tomorrow we got burgers, and we're making, I'm my brother got me last weekend. He made steak burgers, ribeye. That's all he eats is ribeye burgers. I was like, well, when you move out, actually, you're gonna not gonna be picky anymore. But yeah, ribeye burgers, I'm getting hooked on those too. We're making the ultimate ribeye steak burgers tomorrow, and then probably hopefully fishing, and then I'd love to go swimming, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do that personally. But like, there's another recipe that I looked up that I really want to try. Pork chop sandwiches, actually. Yeah, and I wanted to do that the last time when I made pork chops, this week earlier. But yeah, I found out, yeah, pork chop sandwiches are actually a thing, and they actually have a Chicago style, and they look so delicious, and I really want to try it. I think we're going to try it next week. And there's a barbecue style. I think I would like that better, but like, oh my gosh. Oh man. Got a lot of mouth-watering ideas for some pork chop sandwiches that we're going to make. Night fishing. Oh, I have not been night fishing. I want to go night fishing. That sounds so cool. Oh, wow. Where do you go fishing? Hmm, I guess there's probably a lot of fishing places around where you're at. Mm. No, I'm tired. I haven't I don't know. It might be just the light. I don't know. Let me turn this off. There we go. If a twinkle, oh, I guess I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing differently. I mean, my eyes actually aged, honestly. I mean, they used to be sky blue. I guess you can see the kind of sky blue a little bit in them. But if you look closely, they're blue gray, actually. They're actually more gray. Your eyes age as you age. Might be the light, I don't know. Not in love, I'm in love with uh what? Oh. I guess I'm just happy that I don't have to work tomorrow and the rest of the weekend, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Well. It might be because of my shirt too. When you wear black, actually, it makes your certain color of your eyes stand out too. There's a lot of things that factor into that. But yeah, I've noticed when I wear black, people say my eyes stand out better. So yeah, I don't know. Oh boy. Well, a lot of people say that. And well, interesting. Hello, hello. How are you? Well, fun fact for you. It's interesting when I watch certain movies, like I was watching the Forrest Gump movie, or not Forrest Gump. What was it? The Stephen King movie, The Green Mile. Tom Hanks actually he was plays his older self in the original part. Well, he was going to, but like they said, his eyes just didn't look that old. He just looked young, too young. So they were gonna give him context, but he didn't want them, so they used somebody else actually. Yeah. Oh, I'm great. Thank you for asking. Yeah, boy. From Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. All right, I better get off. Actually, too many women asking for my email on here. Apparently, now. I'll be back on, but I don't know. Too many. I'm just. Maybe I'm getting a little shy here. Actually, so many people asking me. I look like a good kisser and all that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not as really. I'm actually more of a shy person in some sense. So the general when I'm in public, when I'm around a bunch of people. I think I'm the ugliest man on earth, actually. I'll be honest with you. I really don't think I don't look that nice, honestly. Anyway, Swiss cheese, nice to meet you. Well, we'll see you guys later. I'm getting a little stage fright, I guess. I don't know. Mm. Well, it's nice to see you, Natasha, and it always a pleasure, Esther. Good friend. I hope to see you guys soon. Mm. Got me a little nervous though. I think I need to have a few more beers actually, but yeah. Oh, I said it. Who said that? Anyway. All right, guys. Well, all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining my live. I appreciate it and hope you guys see you guys soon, actually. As always, happy cooking and have a great night. Bye, everybody. Bye.